A weird thing happens around your late 30s. You stop measuring life by excitement and start measuring it by honesty. You start noticing which parts of your life actually feel like yours and which parts were just momentum. You realize a lot of adulthood is just people getting very good at staying busy so they never have to ask themselves whether they even like the life they built. I recently turned 40, and honestly, the biggest surprise wasn't getting older. It was realizing how many things life slowly stops lying to you about, because when you're younger, you think life is about speed, more goals, more hustle, more proving yourself, more movement. But eventually, you realize speed means nothing if you're running in the wrong direction, and a lot of people are sprinting toward lives they secretly don't even want. That's the part nobody tells you. Somewhere around your late 30s, you stop admiring chaos, you stop confusing burnout with ambition, you stop thinking exhaustion automatically means progress. Because eventually, your body starts sending invoices for all the years you treated yourself like a machine instead of a person. And honestly, a lot of what we call discipline when we're younger is actually just self neglect wearing a productive outfit. You start realizing being constantly reachable is exhausting. Answering messages all day, keeping your calendar full, saying yes to everything, and somehow still ending every night feeling disconnected from your own life. So your priorities start changing, not dramatically, quietly. You protect your peace more. You become less impressed by people who brag about being busy all the time. Because now you understand attention is expensive, energy is expensive, and peace is the ultimate flex. Another thing life stops lying to you about: confidence. When you're younger, you think confident people were just born different, like they woke up one day fearless. But by quarante, you realize confidence is usually just memory. It's the memory of surviving things you once thought would destroy you. That difficult conversation, that breakup, that rejection, that season where nothing worked. You survive enough moments like that, and eventually your nervous system stops panicking every time life becomes uncertain. That's all confidence really is. Not fearlessness, just familiarity. You realize most people aren't actually stuck because they failed. They're stuck because they avoided. Avoided starting, avoided changing, avoided being seen, avoided risking embarrassment. Failure rarely ruins people. Avoidance does. Avoidance quietly drains years out of people's lives while they wait for clarity that usually only arrives after action. That one changes everything when you finally understand it. You stop overthinking every decision, you stop treating every life choice like bomb disposal. You realize most things in life are figure outable once you actually move. And honestly, you also stop caring so much about looking impressive. Because by Quarante, you've met enough successful people to realize a lot of them are miserable. Some people have money but no peace. Some people have status but privately hate their own routine. Some people built an entire identity around being admired, and now they don't even know who they are without external validation. That's why so many people can't sit in silence. Silence forces honesty, and honesty changes everything. You start realizing the goal was never becoming important. The goal was building a life you don't constantly need to escape from, a life where your nervous system can actually relax, a life where you can breathe, a life that feels sustainable. And maybe that's the biggest lesson adulthood teaches you: not how to impress people, not how to win, just how to become more honest. Honest about what drains you, honest about what matters, honest about who you are, honest about what kind of life actually fits you. Because eventually, you stop trying to become somebody else and start becoming yourself instead. Not perfectly, not dramatically, just honestly. And strangely enough, that's when life finally starts feeling lighter. You also realize something strange about adulthood. Most people aren't actually tired from work, they're tired from friction, friction between who they are and who they pretend to be all day. That's exhausting, pretending to care about things you don't care about, pretending certain relationships still fit, pretending you're fine with routines that quietly drain you. And the older you get, the harder it becomes to ignore that feeling. Because eventually, your body starts reacting before your mind does. You feel it in your patience, your energy, your sleep, your attention span. You walk into certain rooms and instantly feel heavy. You have certain conversations and feel yourself mentally checking out halfway through. That's when you start understanding something most people learn way too late. Alignment creates energy, not motivation, not hype, not another productivity hack. Alignment. When your habits match your values, when your environment matches your nervous system, when your relationships match who you've actually become, life stops feeling like constant resistance. And honestly, that's probably the biggest shift that happened for me. I stopped asking, how do I become more impressive? And started asking, what actually feels sustainable? What kind of mornings feel healthy? What kind of people feel calming? What kind of success still lets me breathe? Because eventually you realize there's no prize for performing a version of yourself that's slowly burning you out. No trophy for looking successful while privately feeling disconnected from your own life. And maybe growing up is realizing that peace is not something you earn after destroying yourself first. Maybe real maturity is simpler than people think. Maybe it's just learning to stop abandoning yourself for approval, stopping the constant negotiation between who you are and who you think you need to be to deserve love, success, attention, or respect. And once you stop doing that, life gets quieter, clearer, more breathable. Not because your problems disappear, but because you finally stop fighting yourself while trying to build your future.